guess like the motivation, like I said earlier, was just like I don't see people like me doing things like this in my industry, in this industry, and so I just wanted to be that change. Yeah, and that's been motivating me thus far. Obviously, like I have micro goals in there, like that I want to accomplish, establish my own company, you know, things of those sorts. But for the most part, that's my driving factor, is leaving that legacy for the people behind me, so that I can be just a stepping stool. You know, that if they could look at me and be like, I can do it, then I've done my job.
Perfect. Yeah. The second question that I want to ask is, how did your family and friends react to your decision to become an artist? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, my parents, like, they're outliners, but they're not. You know, like they gave me that rope. So I can't say my parents, like, for the most part, they did help, but when I told them that, they lost their shit. Like, I went to school to teach, and, you know, they just expected me to be this person that I wasn't, and it was hard. So, I mean, they overreacted, but, and so was my friends too, but like I tell everybody here, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if my wife thinks that I'm crazy. She thinks I'm batshit crazy half the time, things that I don't want to do. But like, these are what is in my mind. I'm here to accomplish what's in my mind. So no one knows what's in my brain except for me. And it's hard, especially the people that you love. You know, that they come on you and they don't understand. But people don't realize how are they going to understand your vision, your goal. You know, why are we getting so defensive? Don't worry about it. It's up to you. It's your goals. It's in your mindset. They don't have it. So that's like another piece of advice is like, don't worry about what other people think. You know, just don't worry about that. Yeah.
So yeah, they don't have the vocabulary or just haven't seen the vision.
Yeah.
From other people. They just have the mentality of doctors, engineers. Fixed route, yeah. Well, understand.
And have empathy for them too, like even for my parents as well. Like I never got mad at them. I never was like, you know, mom, dad, or like, you know, my friends. Have empathy, because in their world, that's all they understand. You know, my mom's job is protect and survive. That's all it is that's her job. That's what she's taught from an early age. She got married when she was 18. You know, is to serve the husband. It's so different. We live in a different world. Hell, I'm scared to see where my daughter's going to be at. I'm worried a little bit, but it's like we have, like, you know, the speech earlier, adapt. That's what we got to do. We have to adapt, and we have to make room for change. And so, you know, it's okay. You got to have empathy towards other people. You got to just understand that we're all here on this chapter, this journey together. You know, it's okay. I don't need to take any piece of your pie or get you to understand this. Just know that you know, it's all good. You just have empathy towards them and understand that, like, okay, you don't get what I'm doing, and that's fine. You know, there'll be a certain time in life where they'll come back and they'll get it. You know, so.
What would you say was your biggest fear during this journey?
Fear. I don't know. Like, I think I just lacked like confidence. Like thinking that if I wasn't enough, that was a constant thing just running through my mind. But like, I never feared like, you know, like the typical, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make money at this or anything? No, because like, I just very real like that. I looked at my life. I'm allowed living with my parents. I get 3 square meals a day. If I bombed, like it's a pretty good life. You know, then you travel. I went to India and I saw people out on the street. Like I went across the world. Like I got a pretty good life. So it's a shame if I just sit here and waste it. Like it really is. Like 80% of people are just living off dimes. And like when I went back home, I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like how people are living out here. And then I come back home and I realize like, no, I got an obligation. Like this is bad. You know, I shouldn't just sit around and waste my time and be worried about something that isn't even real. You know, it's not real. What is it? Who's to tell me that I can't do anything? Who's to tell me that I can't accomplish these things? Me. Yep. If I tackle this guy, I can tackle anybody. This is the biggest enemy within inside of me. It's that stupid voice up there that's telling us we're not enough. You know, it's that guy that's sitting there that's telling you, like, you can't do this. Who do you think you are? Mm-hmm. You know, go inwards, not outwards. Let's not look for things that are outside of our control. Control what you can control. I can control who I am. I can control the work that I put in. If I get up every single day, do the things that I need to do, the tasks that I need to accomplish, I can conquer this world. And then soon enough, you reps and sets. Like you were saying earlier, work out. You get the workout in, get your stretches in, do your yoga, run, pick up something. And it slowly starts to become this thing. You pull from here, you get a phone call. It's just energy happens. The universe will come and just get out your way, and it will join sides with you. But if you're just sitting around doing nothing and just indulging in fear and stuff that's not even real, and I call social media just the envy machine, because that's all it is. You just sift through that and you're like, okay, I'm not there yet. She's way better looking than me. Like, it's like, you're not going to gain anything off that, right? Like, you're just not going to get anything from that. So, I'm just a firm believer of that. Just put your head down, get to work. Don't worry about a plan or a 7-step thing. Like, it's just like, we don't need this shit. Just like make up in your mind that this is what I want to do, and I will die doing it. Like, I'm okay with that. If tomorrow I go or something happens, God forbid, like, I'm going out the way that I want to go. I'm not going out the way that other people think that I'm going to go. I'm going out the way that and I'm living life. I'm happy as a cucumber. All right? So it's like, no one can tell me nothing else. And as long as you're doing that, I'm able to give myself to you guys. I'm able to keep you guys happy, change your perspective, I hope, on certain things, and encourage you guys, and encourage everybody in this room, and just get people believing, because that's what we need during this pandemic, during all these things that are going on in our world, all this stuff we get forced to see on the news. It's sad, and me being an artist and my practice, like, that's my goal. Is deeper than just t-shirts. It's deeper than just clothing. Design is a belief. It's an aesthetic. It's a hope, and that humanity could be better. And I'm going to do my part.
You will reach there for sure.
I hope so.
And Jim Rohn said, "For things to change, you must change."
Exactly.
Going once.
Exactly.
My next question is, who influenced you or mentored you in this journey?
Wow. I have to say, like, influenced me. I mean, obviously, like, my mom's my rock. She's my everything. I look at her for everything, and she's my driving factor, my kind of my motivation. If there's a will, there's a way. She's a saint. I'm so lucky to have a mother like that. Like, someone who just doesn't take no for an answer. She never quit on us. She never gave up on us. My father struggles with alcohol, and like, she deals with that every day. And she's my muse. And aside from that, it's like my family. My wife is like unreal. I still wake up and I'm like, I don't even know how I'm with this person. I'm just so lucky. She encourages me. She it's a whole nother topic, but like, if you're in relationships, just like, find someone who just encourages you. She always just like, she's never my yes man, and I hate it sometimes, but it's like, even today, I'm just trying to like take notes, but she's pushing me to be better, pushing me to get to another state in life, just like being there with me. It's that constant help that I love, and both, it's surprisingly, but it's just, those women in my life are just huge, and it filters through my work. I use women in a lot of my campaign just because of the image that, women and the struggle that they face too, the struggle that my mom faced. It's not nice. I didn't like how she was treated and certain things that were done to her. So, I have to do things to change that, and I'm on that path to do that as well, through my work and my practice. But yeah, those are like my inspiration. Then obviously, like, my sports figures, like Michael Jordan, like things of that nature, right? Like the typical stuff that I go to. But like, personally, those are my personal dearest, and my family, my two brothers. And, they supply me with enough of what I need, and obviously God, He's been great to me. So, and yeah.
I saw your tattoo.
Yeah.
In Punjabi it says, Meri maa, meri jaan. And it roughly translates to...
My mom is my everything.
Yeah. And I haven't shared this before. Like similar lines, my mother supported me in my journey, my sister as well. My mother had 2 abortions because my grandmother wanted a boy child. She literally threw her through the stairs because she came to know that she had a girl child in her belly.
Yeah.
Yep. And after I was born, like I was lucky because of me, my mother was saved. I mean, I don't want to take this as a privilege or anything, but
Yeah.
she got saved just because I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
It's
like-
tough. It's a different culture over there.
Yeah, and it's still that carries forth over here too, and, you know, my children are half black, and my grandfather cut my mother off for a while, and we struggle with just some pigmentation, like, you know, you come to the suburbs of Canada and you expect me to find the one Indian girl and marry her, like, what if I don't have anything in common with her, Mom? Like, oh, that doesn't matter. Like, you know, and it's tough. We struggle through that. Like, and it's a constant thing. Like, I just finished having my baby girl. You know, the community comes over and is like, so when you have another, like, no, that's it. Like, that's enough for me. My kid, like, that's God's will. Why would I do that? And this whole boy craze and, you know, this racial stuff. It's just, it can get so bad. Like, we do so many good things with our community and how we are as people and individuals, but those things gotta change, you know, and just backpacking off that, and like hearing your story, like, just understand God sent, you know, you were sent for a reason. You were there to save your mother at birth before you even knew it, so it's like, you know, you got a big purpose, and you can accomplish so much, you know, and it's up to us, it's up to all of us to like go through this life and support one another and understand and be there to stick up for change, because that stuff's real life. Stuff still goes on. There's kids out there that struggle, so that's why I do what I do. And so, you know, whether they're not getting that information from home, they can at least get it from somewhere else. You know, because at home for me it was different. I had to be Indian at home, then be Canadian at school, and then come get all confused, and I'm like, who am I? Who the hell? Like, I'm trying to figure my life out. It's so confusing and difficult. But, you know, that's why I'm so driven with my work and my practice, is because it's not me. I'm not thinking about me, you know, the money and all that stuff. I know that's gonna come. That's fine. It's cool. You know, these people were awesome. What matters to me is the next kid that's coming up, you know, that can get that for me, so they don't have to go through what I did and struggle and unworthiness. And I'm not enough. You know, those type of things. Those are important to me.
I just want to see with our timer how we're doing for time.
Yeah, I think we can go as long as you want.
Yep.
I told them.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Okay. So, even if somebody didn't, you know, go through all the things you went through in your life, you're probably thinking, okay, well, how secured is a job in the fashion industry? Like, are you a contractor? How does it even work?
Well, I'm just self-employed, so I just do everything on my own. Really, like, that's the thing with anything that you do. Where is the sense of security? You know, if I go get a job at a fashion house, they can close down tomorrow. You know, I'm not putting my future in somebody else's hands. I'm putting them in these hands. You know, so there's no other, and I'll share a story with you and what kind of sparked me. You know, my mom used to work at a mill, 12 to 14 hours a day. I take care of my brothers, and she would come home at midnight, and I'd get my brothers ready for school, and I saw that constant, over and over. My dad would be passed out or whatever, and you know, we go to school, and I was 14, and I begged my mom to give me that job. I shouldn't have been working, but I begged her to give me that job that summer to allow me to work at the mill with her, to be just a cleanup dude. So that's what I did, and I worked, and I missed out on a lot of my childhood because I had to raise my brothers, which, you know, I'm happy for. It grew me up. It's okay. But you know, that summer my mom had told me, she just, you know, cries through me because she can tell me anything. We just have that bond where, you know, I can fill her up in that sense emotionally. So I was well aware of things like that. And she just said, we're not going to have like enough money to get things. Like, I don't know if I can afford jackets, like winter jackets. She's just crying, telling me things. And I was hurt. So I worked 2.5 months. I still remember the story, and it's vivid. I saved up $2,000 out of my check. I went all the way up to Sport Check, and the guy's like, what can I help you with? And I was like, I need 3 winter coats. And he's like, okay, come over here, and he's showing me these brands. And I know, I need Columbia. Like, I'm here for the big one. And you know, oh, that's kind of, you know, and I still remember $15,342. Oh, sorry, 1,500, not 15,000, 1,500, 300, pushed it up. Packed it up, and I went home, and I showed it to my mom, and she just cried, you know, and she's like, no, you gotta return these things, and that moment, you know, I reflect on it because I realize, like, it's in my hands, what I'm gonna do. I put clothes on their back, it's up to me. The government ain't gonna save me. My mom, they don't care, like, you know, and it's not their obligation. There's many stories that that are sharing, but like, it's up to me. And at that age, at 14, I realized, like, if I want something for my mom, and I want to make something for my brother guys, and I want to live a different life, it's up to me. I have to do it. So there's no sense of chasing security, because there's never secure. There's not. In pregnancy, it's not secure. You don't know if you're going to have the kid. Things could go wrong. And everywhere in life, everywhere you turn. I can leave out these doors and you know, get COVID or something. I don't know. Like, things could happen. I don't think we should seek security. I think we should seek what's in here. Once you seek what's in here, you'll be full, and you'll know what you're doing is the right thing. So work on that. Don't work on like what's the easy thing, or what's the most secure thing, or you know, if this plan B fails, or if this goes bad, and da 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 da. Don't seek that. Seek what's true in here. You know, once you go for that, doors will open. They really will, and life will just start to unravel in front of you, and you'll just be at awe. Just let it happen. We're human beings, but we just love mucking things up. So life is already going on. It's happening with or without you. Just get out of the way. Decide what you want to do, and get out of the way. All these things, everything else it'll start flowing in.
Thanks for sharing that.
Let's see if there's any more questions before.
Any questions from the
I was just curious where you sell your clothes, like do you sell them online then?
Yeah.
Yeah, all online.
Yeah,
Oh.
everything's done, yeah, all online. The goal is eventually to obviously have like a brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
I'd love to bring it back to, probably Vancouver area. I don't know if Kamloops is ready for fashion just yet. I'm not sure, but that's the future goal, yeah, is to have my couple of stores. And, yeah, essentially everything's done online.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, our manufacturing stuff is, we got a couple across the world, but the majority of it's all done in North America.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll just write